I don't believe it. It's a Suburban. It's a classic 80s Suburban here in Point Claire, where every time I come here, the only old car I ever saw here, I think was last year or the year before. Oh, look at that. It was a Porsche 928. Kind of like on the other end of the scale. Well, I can tell you right away from the colors, it looks to me, I'm going to guess early 80s, mid 80s. Suburban Classic. Sierra Classic. Wow. Oh yeah, it has to be from out west, eh? It's all... you see, I was right. It looks like an 83. I think that's an 83 with the stacked headlights like that. That style grille. How cool is that? Two-tone on top of that. Deluxe mirrors, deluxe with the running boards. I think those might be the original wheels. How cool is that? I was coming to Ted's Hobby Shop to get some paint for my latest project. How cool is that, man? Oh, it's so nice to see an oldie, you know. I don't care how much it pollutes. I don't care how much space it takes. It's a symbol of a bygone era of optimism and non-lunacy, actually. Even just at the time, that's just when this vehicle was made, things just made more sense. You know, everything today is complicated. Hell, you want to apply for a job at a big company today, you got to create an account with a password. It's just annoying for nothing, you know. Too bad it doesn't have a, yeah, it's got the correct rear exhaust exit there on the left. It's probably powered by a 350, but then again, it could be a diesel. Look at that, it even has the third seat. It has the third seat. Yeah, it doesn't look like a lot of miles on this. Dash isn't all cracked, not everything's faded. Actually, it's kind of rare to see one of these, not only in this condition, but if it probably does have low mileage, you know, and in terms of a vehicle like that, any SUV is like 150,000 kilometers or less is not a lot of mileage. Check out, it's even got that bug guard. That's cool, man. Imagine when this vehicle was made in the good old days, and the expression, as I often say when it comes to filming old vehicles, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They made this body style for this and obviously pickup trucks from 73 to 80. Actually, it's funny, I think it was like 88, 87 for the pickup trucks, and the Suburbans was actually a bit longer. I think they didn't have the new Suburban ready, like all smoothed over, all the lines smoothed over, which of course are nice vehicles, but again, this to me, like a lot of you out there, that's the classic, just the classic. Actually, this reminds me of two things. First of all, as I was walking up to it, there's one that looks just exactly like this, except the rims are painted black, and it was in the horror movie, one of my favorites, 1408, with John Cusack driving the same thing, same colors. And the other one reminds me of when there was a brown and beige one when I was a kid, from a scout leader, when I was in scouts from a different troop, and I rode in it. And I remember leaving the church when we went on a trip to the States to some camp somewhere, and he was playing freaking Weird Al Yankovic. So it was good times to be in the 80s. But if you imagine you bought this new, you bought this vehicle new, you know, this was very more American to have than even in Canada, because again, they took a lot of fuel, and you know, it's a big vehicle. It's like the equivalent of getting a Grand Wagoneer, you know. I mean, people would have bought a, you know, like a small Chevy Blazer instead, or something like that, you know, or a minivan, which was peanuts compared to the cost of that, you know. So anyway, well, I'm glad it wasn't pissing rain when I filmed that. So thanks for watching, and that's great to see that in April. And might I add, today's what, the 12th of April, and it's only like 23 degrees Celsius. It's just absolutely phenomenal. So take care, guys. All the best.